If you only had 1 minute to use to start feeling happier, less stressed, more satisfied with life, and that didn't involve the risk of getting stuck scrolling on your phone or having a sugar crash minutes later, what could you do? I'm Preston, and on this episode of Ally Academy, I want to talk to you about how the simple practice of gratitude can help transform your life. There's a growing body of research demonstrating the value of gratitude to our mental health. Studies have shown that gratitude practices can help us feel less depressed, less stressed, and can help us feel happier and more satisfied with our lives. Being grateful, the act of being appreciative for what we have, is so simple in theory. So why can it be so difficult at times? And if it's so beneficial, why aren't we all radiating gratitude every chance we get? And what can we do about it? First, I think it's important to understand that, as humans, our brains are sponges for negativity. A critical word, a near miss in traffic, seeing something irritating on social media. These sorts of experiences are much more likely to get an emotional reaction out of us and stick with us than, say, a smile, someone holding the door open for us, or a piece of good news. In terms of feedback from others, some suggest that it takes 7 positive comments to balance out 1 negative one. This negativity bias often gets us stuck in a loop. Maybe you've heard the phrase, neurons that fire together wire together. The more our brains make a connection, the more likely they are to make that connection again. The more we expect negative outcomes, the more likely we'll be to expect negative outcomes moving forward. This loop of negativity can be a devastating contributor to anxiety and depression. It can make us feel cynical and frustrated about our day-to-day responsibilities, and it can cause us to become easily irritated and withdrawn from those we care about. So what can be done to break this cycle of negativity? A lot, actually. And it doesn't have to be that hard. In fact, I would suggest the easier the better to start out. To start, you can simply write down 5 things you're grateful for each day. You could set a timer on your phone for 1 minute and write as many things as you can think of that you're grateful for in that time. Sometimes the reality of life can make it hard to think of anything at all to be grateful for, especially when we're coming back to gratitude for the first time in a while. In this case, get as specific or broad as you need. For instance, I'm grateful for that dog I saw today. I'm grateful that I have a minute to write about gratitude. I'm grateful for air. You're not getting graded on creativity. You are creating a new pathway of thinking, a different way of relating to the world. So don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say. If you feel grateful for someone or something they did, then let them know. Verbalize it. Write them a letter or a text. You'll be blessing them, and you'll be strengthening the pathways in your brain that make it easier to be grateful going forward. Set an alarm on your phone to remind you to write your 5 things. Write a sticky note. Keep your journal where you can't miss it. If you want this to be part of your life, then do whatever you need to lower any barriers and obstacles to doing so. As this practice becomes more a natural part of your life, see if you can do it twice a day, or setting your timer for 2 minutes, and so on. Another thing that can help establish this practice of gratitude is finding someone to share it with. Someone you text your 5 things to each day. Someone who will ask you each week how your gratitude practice is going. A partner, friend, pastor, family member, coworker, anyone you can share with to create some level of accountability. If you're visual like me, an image might be helpful. I think of a fishing net that gets nicked over time for picking up jagged rocks or shells, or the painful and negative experiences of life. As a result, the net isn't quite as good at catching as many fish, or the positive things in our lives. Our nets need mending after years of difficult work, and I see practicing gratitude as mending that net, so that we're able to bring in more of those things that tend to make us happy and less stressed. The sharp objects that cut the net will still be there, but if we take care of our net, we can have a better chance at dealing with them. I do believe that we all have more to be grateful for than we could ever really know, but that doesn't mean that there won't still be hard stuff in our lives. Practicing gratitude is not about dismissing the difficult things in our life. It's about bringing balance to the difficult, the painful, and the sad. A key component to our well-being is simply recognizing what we do have in our lives, and maintaining regular gratitude practice can be one of the best ways of cultivating a grateful heart and a better quality of life. And maintaining regular gratitude practices can be one of the best ways of cultivating a grateful heart and a better quality of life. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time in Ally Academy.